Let's go. There is so much torque steer. That is crazy. Hello there everyone, welcome back. Today we are driving a 2012 Hyundai Santa Fe V6 on our channel. I want to say a huge thank you to Armen over at AREN Auto Group of Chantilly, Virginia for providing me this car. All this information will be in the right hand corner side of the screen. Also use the promo code DMCarViews to get an additional $500 off on any car in their inventory. But let's get started. Let's check out the back seat. This was a very clean example with 114,000 miles. As you can see, the leather is in great shape throughout the years. It's held up its shape very well. Let's hop in the back. The back seats feel really benchy. But there is ample space here, decently comfortable. The materials here are hard in most places, some they're soft. We got rear vents, outlet, and another storage cubby, pockets, and cup holders. So that works. Sweet. Well, let's go check out the trunk. This Santa Fe is also equipped with the Infinity sound system. This is the limited trim. But let's open up this trunk. And of course, because this is a big SUV, fairly decently sized, we got a huge trunk and we can fold the seats and put a lot of luggage in the back. So it's a great car to travel and take on long trips. There we go. But let's look at the engine. Here you will find a 3.5 liter V6. And I believe this one is mated to the 6-speed automatic. And what Edmund said, it was, I think, 278 horsepower for this specific Santa Fe. But I will have to double check on that. Let's look at the interior. So getting inside this cabin, it actually feels quite nice. The seats are very simple and basic, flat benches, no side support, so you can slide left and right. A leather wrapped steering wheel, and for 2012 we actually have a touchscreen GPS with Sirius XM radio, navigation, not bad at all. We have a dual zone climate system, heated seats for the driver and the passenger, USB, iPod, AUX, lots of storage cubbies, the glove box with the owner's manual, the system also supports MP3 discs, Bluetooth. So for 2012, that is super cool, I think. We have cruise control, hill descent assist, fog lights, automatic driver's window, so all our mirrors are set. We have a sunroof, glasses holder, a rear wiper. Let's do a quick wiper test and a horn test, and let's get going. We also have this cool little slide out cubby. So the interior here is classic older 2000s Hyundai. I don't even know if this is real wood or just fake wood, because it doesn't really look real to me. You know, the wheel, the interior looks like a 2005 2006 Hyundai from that era. But let's get started. Ooh. It's got a very aggressive tipping on the throttle. So just a little touch, a little tap, and the car just wants to lurch forward. The visibility for an SUV here is good. We can see everything around us. These are a little bit thicker pillars than I would want them to be, but still fairly good. We also have the slide out visor on the side too. But let's head on out here. Ooh. There is so much torque steer. That is crazy. Whew. So I would have to assume that this is the front wheel drive version, because it does not want to put the power to the ground. The ride here is average. I'm not too impressed with the ride. It does feel a little bit stiff for my taste. It's like a middle to the stiffer neutral side. It's even hard for me to compare what kind of car I can compare this to. It definitely doesn't ride as plush as a Murano or even a Highlander. It rides stiffer. You can feel the road imperfections. And the soundproofing here isn't bad for the class, but there is prevalent wind noise coming in. Although it's still better than the Tesla Model 3 that I drove. Hyundai from this era made very good V6 engines, like the ones in their Sonata, the Genesis. They're very potent, torquey motors. Yeah, it feels kind of scary trying to push this car above 70, especially in the rain with all that torque steer. The electronics of the older Hyundais have had a lot of gimmicks in them. So sometimes it may like the infotainment may shut off or some other bug happens. It was a pretty common problem for back in the day in these cars. So presumably how Hyundai wanted it to be is these cars were actually the bargain versions of the main competitors, like the Murano, the Highlander. These are like the cheaper alternatives with a long warranty. So if you didn't want to cash out that much, you could always get this, and it will still do everything the same way as the other car. But for a much cheaper price tag. Only after many, many years did Hyundai start to come up with Genesis and trying to make their lineup more expensive. The heated seats work fine. What I can say in my opinion is this car is just a great vehicle to get from A to B. So don't look for any driver engagement or emotions from this kind of car. Whereas the older Muranos, to me, they kind of felt a little more sportier. The FX, even the MDX feels much sportier. But this is just a reliable, simple, good car to get from A to B. Don't expect any great, like crazy good handling, amazing soundproofing. Don't expect that. This is just a great utility option with good torque. I do wish this had better traction right now so we could actually put the power down somewhat. Let's go ahead on up and try to do a 0 to 60, although it's probably not going to be a good one because of the weather and the way that this car puts the power down. But let's still do it for the heck of it, just for the giggles. Why not? But you will see that in the next clip. Well, let's try to do our first 0 to 60 quote. Probably not going to be anything good, like I said. 3, 2, 1. All right, let's go. Let's go. All right, so we did 0 to 60 in 8.32 seconds and 0 to 100 in 8.81 seconds. Not the best time. Let's give it one more chance. Maybe we'll do a bit better, but I don't think we will. All right, 3, 2, 1, let's go. All right, so we did 8.03 seconds and 8.47 seconds. So it was 8.03 to 60 miles an hour and 8.47 to 0 to 100 kilometers an hour. But let's go back and go into history, drag, and see what we did. And we did the 1/8 mile at 10.82 at 72.93 miles an hour. That's a great speed. That's a very good speed. So as you can see, this car does have some good power to it, like very good power. It can move. But trying to get off the line here without wheel spin, that is the real big challenge. That's what you gotta try. But even with the worst possible start, terrible conditions, horrible wheel hop and wheel spin, we still managed to pull in 8 seconds 0 to 60. So I'm thinking if we had a dry road and we could just go pedal to the metal, we could probably do low 7s on this. And maybe we could have even done 73 miles, 73.5 miles. 74 probably would be a stretch, but the trap speed could also be improved, I feel like, just by a little bit. I am impressed with the performance aspect of this car. It's definitely got a good punch to it, even by today's standards for any SUV. It's faster than most of these RAV4s or Escapes. This is the faster car. Overall, I have to say, I actually do like this Santa Fe. The only thing that I do wish it had more was better side support in the seats and some more traction and the ability to put all this power down. But beside that, it's a great, magnificent little SUV for the money. I like it. It definitely has everything to compete with the Murano and the Highlander. The only thing, it has a little stiffer ride, but that's, again, to each person, it can be different. For me personally, it's a little too stiff, but it's pretty good nevertheless. Well, thank you so much for watching, everyone. Make sure to smash that like and subscribe button, and till next time.